Alright, so what should we be expecting in Boruto Chapter 58? Before I jump straight into it, I just wanted to kind of bring to your attention some fake spoilers that have been going around. Naruto Explained just recently covered this like 2 days ago, but I just thought I'd kind of mention it, read it out to you and kind of explain that they're kind of portraying this as like actual factual information that's going to happen, and it definitely could, but as of now, these quote-unquote spoilers have not been confirmed yet. It basically just reads that the 5 Kage want Boruto dead, and they have some assassination attempts on him, but he's protected by Naruto. Code will gather an anti-Boruto squad. Boruto will fake his death to avoid hatred, and Kawaki will blame and corrupt the world for Boruto's quote-unquote death, and it says it will be Boruto against the world. I honestly think that this would be a very interesting way to go for the story, but these are not official spoilers yet, so that's not necessarily what you should expect. As far as what you should actually expect, we know that the training arc / time skip is kind of being foreshadowed now. We have some, developments with Code and Eida, so I think we should probably expect a time skip within the next 2 to 3 chapters. Like I said in my previous review, this is kind of like they're kind of having these little like fluff chapters in between, you know what I mean, kind of to like fill in the blanks before the fights, right? So obviously it's going to boil down to Code versus Boruto and maybe Kawaki, but we're trying to figure out how we're going to get there and what's going to happen, while we're there and before and after. Now, as far as for this next upcoming chapter, I really hope that they give Sasuke some sort of buff, because he just lost his Rinnegan. Now we definitely know that Sasuke and Naruto are pretty nerfed right now, and I've been saying this for a while, that they're doing this on purpose to kind of make it easier for Boruto and Kawaki to surpass the previous generation, Naruto and Sasuke. So, but I still hope that in this next upcoming chapter, maybe Sasuke gets a little bit more powerful, although it's kind of unlikely. As far as what will probably happen is we'll probably see Naruto contemplating, having some inner contemplation on whether or not he should give those pills from Amato to Boruto. So they're essentially supposed to kind of hinder his Otsutsuki DNA and suppress it, but it can have some crazy side effects like blindness or even death, which Amato said. I can see kind of Naruto kind of just sitting there in his little Hokage mansion there, kind of discussing with maybe Shikamaru on whether or not he should do it. At the end of the day, I think Boruto is going to end up taking it, and obviously due to plot reasons, they wouldn't have made Amato say those things if it wasn't going to happen. So I think that we're going to see some severe that Boruto is going to see some severe side effects these upcoming chapters. Obviously, because they want to drag this out as much as possible, because Boruto is their cash cow. They're probably going to I think they're going to kind of sprinkle in a couple of very minor missions in between now and then, maybe just a minor side plot. But it's going to be kind of interesting because we know that Teen 7 is indefinitely suspended. So I don't know, it's very difficult to say exactly what's going to happen in these next upcoming chapters. But like I said before, I hope Sasuke gets some kind of amp. I think Naruto's going to contemplate on giving Boruto the pills. I think it might actually happen. We're going to have a little training arc with Boruto and Kawaki, which we saw a couple of chapters back. Boruto talking about Kawaki on basically saying what we've been saying this whole time, that, the previous generation is no longer strong enough to protect them, and that they got to start training. That's foreshadowing the training arc. I think that in the next 2 chapters, we're going to kind of see, these little minor side plots kind of go down. Maybe some advancements with Code and Eida. Maybe they will put together some sort of anti-Boruto team, and they might even get ready to strike. I don't know. It really depends on how long they're willing to wait before they strike. I think from maybe Code's perspective, he's probably going to try to hang on a little bit, because we know that that with time, Boruto and Kawaki, mainly Boruto, is going to gradually become more and more Otsutsuki-like and get more and more of their DNA, because as we know, he was like at 80%, so maybe if they waited a little bit longer, he might get to like 90-95, which will be a little bit better and more beneficial to Code. I also think that eventually we're going to see Code become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, because we saw that he had the Ten Tails just kind of lying around, and I think that he might pull an Obito, you know what I mean, become the Jinchuriki and then summon the God Tree from himself. But it's all up to speculation at this point. We don't have any official spoilers yet, but we're going to be seeing the chapter coming out within the next 6 or so days. I really see Boruto and Kawaki learning a lot of new jutsu. As we see, like in the beginning of Boruto, we see Boruto with Sasuke's cloak. I think we're gonna get some really interesting training regimens, I guess you could say, from Boruto and Kawaki. I think Kawaki's going to maybe learn some techniques from Naruto, and Boruto might learn the Chidori or a couple of lightning-based techniques from Sasuke. I really see that for these next upcoming chapters. Also, keep in mind that probably during or around the time skip, Boruto's gonna get that cut over his eye, kind of like what happened to Kakashi in a way. It's very aesthetically pleasing, I guess you could say. And also keep in mind that Eida might be keeping some tabs on them, on the people of Konoha, because of her abilities. I might make another video kind of going in depth on her abilities, but if you read manga chapter 57, you're kind of aware of the basis of her abilities. If not, go check out my manga chapter 57 review. And honestly, that's pretty much it. That we haven't had a whole lot of advancements yet. I'm kind of actually really interested on what they're going to do with Kawaki, because he seems like a very Sasuke-esque kind of character, and Boruto's kind of the opposite, even though they have in a way like swapped teachers. I kind of want to see what's going to happen to him. I can definitely see Kawaki holding some kind of grudge against Konoha, but honestly, I feel like the twist is coming where it might end up being Boruto being the one to turn. But honestly, it's very difficult to tell this early on. We can only make speculations. Like I said, I'm probably gonna make some videos kind of discussing the in-betweens, some things that weren't fully explained, like Eida's abilities, maybe Ishiki's eye and his unnamed dojutsu and its abilities. And yeah, let me know what you guys think below. If you guys like more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.